Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my second Q&A leading up to the last episode of the first half of The Walking Dead Season 6, which is Season 6, Episode 8, start to finish. Alright, so thank you guys for continuing to send me your questions. Keep sending them to me for this weekend. I don't really have too many individual video topics for this week so far. So I may think of some. Send me what you guys got anyway. That way we can talk about the mid-season finale. And like I said, lots of spoilers out there. I'll try to avoid them in my videos. But yeah, just a heads up from you guys, or for you guys, be careful with comments and stuff because there's shit out there that could ruin it for you. So, yeah, keep sending me what you guys got. First question is from KarmaMuch, and it says, Q&A, quick question, Trev. Do you think Abraham will cheat on Rosita with Sasha, and that will lead to Rosita slitting a wrist, sort of like with Carol in the comics? Thanks, love the channel. That's from Fandom Reviews. Also, KarmaMuch kind of asked a similar type of question. So I don't think the second part of what you said there, because I think Carol in the comics, Kirkman said that he was attempting to show with her how broken certain survivors can be in a world like that, and how the world can just eat them up, eat them alive, and they just are not able to survive through it. Carol in the TV series is like the opposite of that, where the world has just destroyed her life, and yet the zombie apocalypse has destroyed everything in her life, and yet she has been able to adapt, evolve, and change dramatically, making her a much better character than the comic book counterpart. But I don't see why you would put that to what's going to happen with Sasha and Rosita. But yeah, I do think you're right about the first part, that I do think that's what we're seeing after episode 6, that Abraham is going to probably leave Rosita, it sounds like, for Sasha, which not much to say there. I don't know what he's thinking. What is he thinking? Nothing against Sasha. Nothing against Sasha. Nothing against Sasha. Next question. Next question is from Blackstrat370, and he or she says, "Hey Trev, do you think we will see Abraham use the RPG in the mid-season finale?" So yes, I do. And that's something that I failed to mention in the predictions video, which is that I had forgot about, because like I mentioned with that scene, I'm like, why did they show us this? Why did we see this? And it's probably because that RPG is going to come in pretty damn handy when it comes to No Way Out. It should be a lot of fun when they come back, because they hear something on the walkie-talkie, and question comes up in this later on. It has been spoiled. I won't mention the name of who it is who's on the walkie-talkie asking for help. It's not somebody who I expected. I thought it was going to be Glenn. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe it could be Dwight. And no, it's actually somebody from Alexandria, but I won't say who in this video. But once they get back there, if they know what's going on by the walkie-talkie, they should be able to, you know, come in there with the truck and everything, and get the RPG and just start laying out, you know, shoot off a few rounds, and just, you know, clear out huge piles of zombies. So that should be cool. And also create enough of a ruckus so that a lot of them start coming out towards the flames and everything that they hear. So, man, that should add quite a bit of fun to it when, you know, Daryl and the others get back there. And, of course, you've got Glenn in there, too. So the survivors do have a lot of numbers to fight against the zombies if they are to find that, hey, we got to fight our way through. We're not going to be able to run away, or we're not going to be able to maybe, you know, sneak out, or this kind of deal. We're going to have to actually fight our way out. There will be no way out, no other way to do it. So it should be really exciting once we see that happen. Daryl doesn't have as much in terms of, you know, armaments as he usually do. He's -1 motorcycle, which, granted, I mean, he has used in the past before when you had herds of zombies coming through, like in the finale for Season 2. He would ride up a bit, then shoot, and then use it to kind of get away, that kind of deal. But with the TV series version, he doesn't have his crossbow, right? His crossbow. So granted, it only had so many bolts anyway, and it takes a bit to reload and all that. Even though in the TV series, he'll like reload it with his hand and stuff, which I think I heard in a thing that's like impossible to do. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It's TV logic, so that's fine. But yeah, it should be cool to see them return, because you got Sasha in there too. Well, one thing about Sasha is, right, she is really deadly, and she's definitely a strong female. That's for sure. Stronger than Rosita's strong too, but I guess she is a stronger female, I guess, because she's like a sniper. She's super fast shot, and you know, she's really tough as nails. So that'll be cool to see them get back there too, and I'm sure they'll help out. And you'll have Michonne, of course, you'll have Rick and the rest, and Glenn in there. And little by little, if they chip away at it, they might be able to clear out the zombie hordes, as long as not too many of them get in packs right on them, that kind of deal. But you got Morgan in there too, so you got a lot of people that are good. If they stand up to them, should be good to see them start clearing out piles and piles of zombies. Should be a lot of fun. Next one's from StormShadow, and it says Q&A or video topic. What beginning of The Walking Dead do you like the best? Meaning what they show before the credits roll. Many people think Coda is an average episode, but I think it has one of the best beginnings ever when Rick tells Bob, the cop, to stop and hits him with a car. Then says, can't go back, Bob, and shoots him and tells him to shut up. That is epic and had my... And let's see, and hard to beat. Okay, that is epic and hard to beat in my eyes. So you're absolutely right. That was an awesome. I like Coda. I mean, okay, the ending didn't really make sense. We talked about the angle of the shot and that kind of thing, and that was a problem. But once you saw the behind the scenes, you kind of understood that what it was supposed to mean. So there was a few little things with Coda, and a lot of people don't like Beth. But the beginning, you're right, man. StormShadow, you always leave great comments and questions. That was an awesome intro when he hits Bob with the car. You know, that was like just, oh my God, so dark. And some people wonder, like, or they think I'm stupid because I call Rick Evil Rick. And I don't want to get into that in this because that's a big discussion. We talked about that last finale last year. But a lot of the things that Rick does, I mean, that, you know, that not necessarily, but some of the stuff that happens later on with Jesse and what he does with Peter and that kind of stuff, there is selfish motives to what he did. So that's kind of why I call Rick Evil Rick in some ways. And he's still got that part in him right now in the TV series. You know, he's still telling Tara, forget about him. You know, let him die, you know, basically. So he's not, I wouldn't say he's totally like a bad guy like the governor level, but he's not exactly, you know, Mr. Nice Guy Morgan either. He's kind of, I think he's crossed over that medium a little bit. So that's another topic. But for StormShadow's question, yeah, absolutely. That was an awesome intro. And they have had some amazing intros. You know, I love the Glenn intro in this one, where in Heads Up, because that was something we were waiting for many episodes, and we finally got to see that. They've done some great intros in The Walking Dead. Maybe one day I'll do like a top 5 or top 10, you know, intro sequences. But that'll be hard. I'll have to compare them because you have like the Shane flashbacks from season 1 and 2. Those were amazing. You had, even the Bob had his own flashback, which added a lot to the character in just a quick amount of time to see what he had just been through being alone on the road all by himself all that time. Made him a lot, very likable character. Not the Bob that, that Rick hits with a car. The other Bob. You can't go back, Bob. And there have been lots of awesome, you know, intro sequences. So those are some of the best ones. Even the intro from this one, this season premiere was really good too. So yeah, and they've had some great ones, but definitely the Glenn one was really good for sure. Next one's from Christy Locke, and she says, "Hey Trev, question for Q&A. Do you think Enid is taking Sophia's comic book series role? It seems like it in the episode Heads Up that Glenn is giving her some fatherly advice, which could possibly lead to Glenn and Maggie adopting Enid. What are your thoughts? Thanks again for the videos and keep up the great work." Oh, absolutely. You're exactly right. I kind of mentioned that a bit in the review too as well, that I do think that that's what we're seeing with Glenn. He's talking to her like she's kind of like an adopted daughter. And yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to see, because I don't think Enid may even help a little bit. You know, now she's small. I don't know if she's going to be able to kill that many zombies, but maybe she can get in there and, I don't know, cut a few up a little bit. I don't know. She did have a gun, right? So I don't know. Maybe she could be a little bit of use. We'll see next week in the finale, mid-season finale, if she's going to be. But I can also see what they're going to do with her too in the future. I don't want to get any comic book spoilers, but you can see kind of like her and Carl possibly, and maybe something happening there, but then maybe not. Should be interesting, but I do like that idea for sure that she's going to replace Sophia, because Sophia in the TV series, of course, has been dead like forever, you know, with Carol's that version of Carol's daughter. So yeah, man, crazy stuff. All right, we'll do a couple more. Next one's from Mermaid Hun Hun, and she says, Trev, I have a request. Can we do an updated character spotlight video on Carol and your predictions on what her fate will be in the Walking Dead series? I'm interested to hear a discussion on it, since she has outlived her comic book counterpart greatly at this point. Thanks for reading. I really enjoy your channel. I can't even remember how long I have been a member of your page since probably like season 2. I hope you read this. Well, of course I do. And some people think I change the messages. I don't change your guys. I copy paste them. They're verbatim. Even if there's grammatical errors or what, I just leave them. Not that there is in this one, but So I just wanted to point that out because people think I change stuff. So no, I don't. I don't change stuff, and I don't pick questions just because they boost my ego or something. No, I don't. Because like sometimes people say, "Hey, I love your channel," blah blah blah, and they'll go on with their message. People think I'm just adding that or something. I don't know, but I'm not. Let's see. So an updated Carol spotlight. Well, yeah, I could do one, but I did one fairly recently. But my predictions on her fate will be in the Walking Dead television series. Well, Kirkman did say she's the safest character in the show. So now you could take that as the opposite too. You could say he's just trying to set us up for some kind of crazy ending or something, which would shock us all, which could happen. But I think in this case, he's probably just being honest. He's probably being open with everybody and just saying, like, Carol's so awesome, we can't kill Carol. So there it is. And apparently Glenn is too. Some people are really pissed that Glenn made it out of there alive, and we're really, really pissed off at how that went. And we're saying, like, well, if it was realistic, he'd be dead for sure. And yeah, I agree with you. That's true. If it was 100% realistic, he'd be dead for sure. But if you want to watch a show that's 100% realistic, you can just watch Game of Thrones. Well, even that's not 100%, but it's pretty realistic. Like, if somebody's going to kill somebody, then they just do, and then that's it, then the story continues. So, yeah, watch Game of Thrones if you want that. The Walking Dead is not necessarily 100% to that. It's close to that, but if it was 100%, like, for example, everyone would have been killed off probably by the termites or by the governor's attacks, right, earlier on in the show, if it took itself 100% legitimate, I think. I don't think that the group would have been able to defeat the Terminus guys after they were in the train car and everything, and Carol came in. But, you know, you have a little bit of female Rambo stuff going on there, so it is what it is, right? So it doesn't take itself 100% realistic. And Glenn does have, I'll admit, I feel like he has some plot armor. I feel like he does. So you guys can take that how you want, you know. You could, yeah, but you could get underneath the trash bin too, I suppose. I mean, it's not impossible. So, and Rick's been in tight spots before too, as well. You know, in the tank and that. So, hey, you like under the tank, right? He's like, you know, cozy in there, right? So, you in the tank, cozy in there. Next one's from Aaron. He says, "Hey, Trev, huge fan from England here. It seems pretty conclusive now that the voice on the other end of Daryl's radio is asking for help isn't Glenn." Well, yeah, you're right. It's not Glenn. Surely it has to be Dwight. That's what I thought, too. And if so, do you think that it might be a trap? Loving the videos. Keep up the good work, man. It's spoiled, bro. It's spoiled. I'm not going to say who. It's out there, man. You know, again, see, another thing that's spoiled. It's just ridiculous now. I hope season 7 is not like this, where it's probably going to be even worse, to be honest with you, going forward. So I guess we better just get used to it. Everything's going to be spoiled, basically, in the future, I think. The show's gotten too big and too much stuff is out there. But Fear of the Walking Dead, people are not able to spoil that so much. So that's kind of cool. We can look forward to that. But then again, with the original Walking Dead, you have the comic book series, too, which is, some people consider it to be kind of spoilery anyway, and they avoid it. So, which I can kind of see in a way, but also I don't, because I think it enhances your enjoyment of the regular show. And then we'll do one more. This one's from Ray's, and he says, "Hey Trev, love the work with the channel. So I just watched Heads Up, and I have a question for the Q&A. When Rick is teaching Ron to shoot, Rick says, 'Put the gun up to your eye,' as Rick slightly aims towards Carl. Then, as Ron proceeds to aim, he closes his right eye. So, do you think they foreshadowed something happening?" Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, I think so. And I'll be interested to see if the scene with Daryl, because that's the video I did. You guys saw the video with Daryl. But yes, I think you're right about that. And but the part with Daryl where he sees the biker or the zombie with the helmet on, it's like kind of melted. Looks like it's bashed. It's not really bashed in, but I meant to say in that video, like it kind of looks like it, you know, like bashed in, that kind of deal, because it's all crinkled up and that, right? I feel like it's kind of saying, like, to Daryl, like, protect your head, that type of deal. So we'll see, man. We'll see if it is, or because sometimes they just throw us through loops. They put stuff in there to lead us one way, and then they take us another way. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. Anyway, I'll save a couple of the other questions maybe for tomorrow or the next day. May have to take a day break, possibly tomorrow or the next day. But you guys can, if you missed any of the videos from the weekend, I released 4 between Sunday night and Monday, so check out those. You know, if you missed any of them, I'm sure many of you did. So yeah, that's it for this Q&A, guys. Man, just cannot wait for this weekend. Absolutely awesome. And welcome to all the new subscribers, like 1,000 people over the weekend subscribed. So welcome, you guys. I hope you like the channel. I hope you enjoy your stay, and I hope you stick with it for a while. I hope you stick with us for a while and comment and all that good stuff. All the ridiculous, you know, not far bogus comments, and people acting like they're characters from The Walking Dead or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's fun. We have fun. Anyway, if you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. Join the rest of us. Join the conversation. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you tomorrow the next day. As always, it's Trev. And I'm saying peace. It's a good video. See you guys.